and Dave.
Yeah, this is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes. We ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it. But at the end of the day, this will be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game to us major players at every angle that you can think of. That's why you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look in our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to tell me what we gonna do, we gotta.
What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Rise up to what? Rise down to 1-4. So what's going on, Panther Nation? I'm here. Rashad is not here. He had something. He had a situation he had to handle. He might make an appearance. He might not, but I'm here. I don't have slides, but I do know football, and we're going to talk about this game that's about to happen on Sunday. So as you know, Sunday at 1 o'clock, we're going to FedEx Field to play that team in Washington. So we're going to go over a couple of things. We're going to go over a couple of positions. We're going to go over the positions. I'm going to have the chat involved, and we'll see how it goes from there. I think the Redskins might be a little bit angry considering what happened to them Monday night while we were actually on the Monday's episode. They were getting destroyed and demolished by the Saints while Drew Brees was making NFL history. So we're here now, and now they might be coming. Might be angry at FedEx Field. If I recall correctly, the last time the Panthers played the Washington Redskins at FedEx Field was when they thought it was their homecoming game. And I thought that was cute. We proceeded to destroy them in their house. So we are definitely going to get into the breakdown. It might be pretty efficient today for a multitude of reasons. All right? So let's get into it real quick. Let's start with the quarterback position when it comes to the Panthers versus that team from Washington. I'm going to see how many times I say the Redskins during this show. So we're going to get down to that. So this is Cam Newton versus Alex Smith. All right. So the thing that's interesting about that, when the big trade happened to get Alex Smith from the Chiefs, people thought, hey, man, this is an upgrade from Kirk Cousins. And I thought all you got was a game manager. And that's why the Chiefs was fine to go with Patrick Mahomes after his rookie year. So this is obviously going to be on Cam. Cam has the advantage in this entire situation. Both defenses are actually pretty good. Scoring defenses, the Washington Redskins are actually still fifth in the NFL in scoring defense, but the Panthers are sixth, and the Redskins haven't really played the competition that we've played. So, you can take that with a grain of salt, but statistically, the Redskins have the fifth best scoring defense in the NFL, and that's after the Saints game, and the Panthers are sixth. So actually, the nod goes to Cam here. It's pretty obvious. I don't think there's too much of a debate there. I don't think there's anybody in there that's going to come say that the Redskins have a better that Alex Smith is a better quarterback than Cam Newton. I don't think we're going to get to that point of the discussion. That'll be blasphemy or trolling, as I would like to call it. So the next thing up is going to be the running back situation. Is interesting right now in Washington, due to the fact that their top two running backs are injured. There's a situation where they both might not play. So we have Adrian Peterson and Chris Thompson. Both of them are questionable, and they might not play the game. So enter Capri Bibbs. Capri Bibbs might end up being the starter if both of those running backs are unable to play on Sunday. So Kirby Bibbs, I don't think he can hold a light to Christian McCaffrey. So, of course, it's pretty obvious that, the Panthers running backs are going to get the nod there. All right. So, that's a pretty obvious one. Now, this is where the debate can get interesting. The wide receivers. I know a lot of folks have criticized how great our wide receivers are, or how good our wide receivers are throughout the season, and we have been concerned about it all through the season because of who we've been playing. But the Redskins, their talent at wide receiver isn't exactly something to brag about either. Right now, they're starting wide receivers. We got Jamison Crowder. I think Dotson's still injured. I could be wrong. But there's Josh Dotson and there's Jamison Crowder and there's Paul Richardson Jr. because they typically play more 3 wide receiver sets. So I don't know. See, here's the debate. My boy Mark is thinking that the Redskins got it. I don't know about that, man. I don't know about that. This is pretty close in my eyes. So, let's see what the chat's talking about. But I think it's Carolina, but it's close. I mean, with Funches and with hopefully they'll play more DJ Moore. I would love to have Paul Richardson. I think the kid's talented. I mean, but do you think the Redskins have a number 1 wide receiver right now? I don't. Yeah, I mean, that's valid too. But I like Paul Richardson Jr.'s talent, but I don't know if any of those wide receivers are better than Funches. I don't. I don't know if any of those receivers are better than Funches. Because Crowder's always had a lot of promise, but he hasn't shown up. And it doesn't help the fact that he's got Alex Smith throwing to him. Alex Smith is more of a conservative quarterback. He's more of a game manager. He's not the type of guy you have to win a game for you. It's between Crowder and Richardson as their best wide receivers, but I don't think neither one of them are one. Neither do they. So I'm giving it to Carolina. If Rashad makes an appearance, we can probably bring back up this debate. But I don't know if Rashad is going to make it in on time. So, but yeah, I'm giving it to Carolina. I'm not worried about the Atlanta Falcons fan, but Atlanta Falcons fan, man, I need you guys to subscribe. I need you guys to hit that like button. I need you guys to put the bell on so you guys know that we're here. And I know the original intention is to have these episodes on Wednesdays, but it's looking like Wednesdays is getting tough, and now it's Thursdays. It's starting to get rough because that's why I'm here by myself today. So the next position is tight end. It's going to be interesting with tight end. And I'm actually going to give this one to Washington. I know how you guys feel about it, but we don't know if Greg Olsen plays, we don't know which one we're getting. So I'm going to give the nod to Jordan Reed. Props to him to remain healthy as tight end, because typically around this point of the season, he's already hurt, he's already done. So, it's easy to say. I mean, if you guys want to pick Olsen off the fact that he's Olsen, I can respect that. But we don't know how Olsen's going to be, So I'm going to assume that he's still not. Well, he's obviously not going to be 100% because he's holding off surgery until the end of the season. So I'm going to give this one to the Redskins. Jordan Reed is a very good tight end when healthy, and he has been able to stay healthy. But once again, it goes back to the quarterback. The Redskins has not been utilizing Jordan Reed the way they should be with Alex Smith at the helm. And they have Vernon Davis, but I believe Vernon Davis is injured. How did Greg play his first game back last year? I can tell you how he played this year. He got hurt. So, I'm just cautious with it. I'm giving the nod to Reed only because I think Reed is there. We don't know if AP is playing yet. So hence why, I thought it was going to be Carolina for the running backs anyway, but we don't know if AP is playing yet. I completely agree with you. If this was Greg 2 years ago, we would win this category. Didn't know he's still in the league. Yeah, Vernon Davis is still in the league. And it's funny because last year in fantasy football, the Washington Redskins starting tight end was top 5. So when Jordan Reed was out, Vernon came in and he balled. He still kind of got it. So that's that for tight end. Well, how y'all feel about these offensive lines, though? Absolutely, I gave us the nod at running back. Absolutely, I gave us the nod at running back. It's not because the Redskins might be starting Capri Bibbs, and if Peterson's out and Chris Thompson is out, because Chris Thompson got banged up at the end of the Saints game on Monday, if both of them are out, they're starting Capri Bibbs, and I'm playing Capri Bibbs in fantasy this week. Yeah, I'm going to give us the offensive line nod. I think, they have Trent Williams. They have a better left tackle than us, but I think we got the line down pat. They do have Trent Williams. Yeah, Trent Williams is probably the best lineman out of the 10. But, AP better than y'all running back. Nah, I don't know about that. He better than Devontae Freeman, though, because he might not play again, right? So, anywho, yeah, they do have Trent Williams. Trent Williams is one of the best linemen in the NFL. But I think the way that our line has been playing, I'm going to give the nod to Carolina. And since we're talking about offensive linemen, let's talk about the fact that we might have that Matt Khalil might end up back in the lineup. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that, man? I'm getting concerned about that. I'm reading stories that he might be ready to rock in a couple weeks. I'm getting perturbed. I'm very, very concerned about the fact that Matt Khalil might be making an appearance. But yeah, man, I'm not a fan of it. I know how Coach Rivera is when it comes to playing his guys, but I'm definitely not a fan of it. But it might be coming. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it, but it might be coming. It might be coming, and I'm getting nervous. I'm getting concerned that he might be making an appearance. But yeah, I'm going to give the line to us, but I'm going to give it by a nod. I respect Trent Williams as a left tackle, but it's all coming back to this QB game. Gettleman better take Matt Khalil back is right. I didn't miss any positions, so that's it for offense. Now, in between, I'm going to talk about some other things. Let's talk about the Redskins as a team, and let's talk about the fact that the NFC East is fraudulent, because I'm not a believer in the division as a whole. Like, they haven't played nearly as well as what people have hyped them up to be, which is pretty much typical when it comes to NFL, because they got their major markets are in that division. So, like, right now, the Redskins are first place in their division at 2-2. They could potentially lose that spot to the Eagles if they win tonight. But I don't think the division is nearly as good as what they were hyping them up to be prior to the season. That division is terrible. It's probably the worst division in football. It's most likely the worst division by record for sure, but it's the worst division in football. So I know some folks are probably feeling like I'm being disrespectful about the comparisons, because the only position that I gave to the Washington Redskins is the tight end position, and I gave him that only because we just don't know what Olsen's going to be like when he comes back. Yeah, I used to call him the least all the time too, Aspen. NFC least is what I used to call him, and they are running by their name right now because they are not that good. I'm pretty sure I haven't been watching the game that's going on right now and looking at the score, but I'm pretty sure the Eagles are destroying the Giants. So, in New York. So now, let's get to the defense. The defense, we'll start with the defensive line. Now, like I said, right now, the defense is ranked 5th in the NFL in scoring for Washington, and the Panthers are ranked 6th. So the defenses are pretty close. Defensive line, I mean, if you just go off names, it should be us. But if you go off the fact that we haven't been playing that well, man, it could be debatable. Yeah, we're reaching it. The South has New Orleans, Carolina. We have more teams than you guys, I promise. So some folks are already saying the Skins. Yeah, I mean the way that our line has been playing, I wouldn't be. I don't think I'll disagree with the fact that the Redskins probably have the better one. We don't do ties here. There's no ties. You got to pick one. But I know Rashad's gonna think I'm disrespectful, but I'm probably gonna give this one to Washington. I'm giving this one to Washington because I don't think our defensive line has played nearly at the level that they need to be playing. I don't know if it's on Eric Washington. I don't know if it's on, I don't know if it's on the fact that maybe Peppers is ready to walk out. I don't get it. I mean, Peppers played better last week, but right now Washington's defensive line is playing better than ours. All right. So they have a young D line. They play a 3-4. I'm gonna give this one to Washington. Now, the linebackers. So they play a 3-4 defense. So, they have Ryan Kerrigan, they have Zach Brown. They have some pretty good linebackers up front. But we have Luke. And I know that Rashad had Luke on stock down, but it's still Luke. TD's coming back. This is TD's first game. There's no debate. It's the linebackers. Carolina's got the better linebackers here. So, I'm giving it to TD, Luke, and Shaq. That's what I'm rolling with. So the check's gonna go to the Panthers for the linebackers. Luke has been rough. Yeah, man, we talked about it, and that's why he was stocked down on Monday. Luke has been rough. Luke hasn't been playing at the elite level that we're used to, but he's still Luke, and we got TD back, and we still have Shaq. So I feel good saying that we got a better linebacker core than them. So, but what's going to be interesting now? We're about to find out the difference. We're gonna find out whether or not the return of TD is really what makes Luke go. So now, I'm checking what y'all chat's talking about. Boy, this Atlanta Falcons guy, man, he's kind of rough, but he keeps coming back, so we appreciate the viewership, man. I'm appreciative of the viewership. So, all right, now we get into the secondary. How y'all feeling about the secondary? Bradbury's been playing pretty well against some of these elite wide receivers that we've ran into so far. He's played well against AJ, he played well against Odell, and he played well against Julio. So, I mean, you can kind of respect that Bradbury's been playing pretty well. Dante Jackson is coming his way. So, I mean, the Redskins got Josh Norman. Josh Norman hasn't been playing as well as he used to, man. He has not been playing as well. But, yeah, I'm giving it to Carolina too because Josh hasn't been playing that well. Swearinger is cool, but he ain't as – I think we got this covered. Now, I think Reed's going to play more snaps. Norman has not played that well this year. Nah, not at that price tag, cuz. Not at that price tag, man. Not in that price tag. He does want to come home, though. He does want to come home. That is a fact. Norman wants to come home. He wants to come home. He missed Greenwood, man, and he misses Charlotte. He wants to come home. But, I'm giving this to the secondary. So, break down the only positions that the Redskins – we didn't even go to special teams. Let's talk about special teams. We got Gano Logano, man. We got Graham. And they have Dustin Hopkins. I think I read something there that we have the top kicker and the top punter in the NFL according to PFF. So we rolling. We gonna roll. We rolling with Carolina for the secondary as well. I mean, we could talk about coaching, but I'm giving the coaching nod to Riverboat Ron, even though I know how some of you guys are feeling. Yo, guys, don't let one bad apple ruin the whole bunch, man. His squad is 1-4. He's out here trolling. He got nothing better to do. The squad is 1-4. Sitting at the bottom of the division. He's got the Bucks ahead of him. He needs to focus on them. And then he can come back to us. Do something amazing like kick a 63-yard game-winning field goal. Crowder, a Bird return. I don't think Crowder's going to be able to do much with us. Jay Gruden has won back-to-back games 4 times in his career. That's crazy. No, I'm not discounting the fact that the Redskins are going to be mad. I'm not discounting that. I think they're going to be angry, but I think the problem is that the way that they scheme, the way that they run their offense, they're not that good. They're not that good at all. I think this game is going to be close. They're going to be at home. They're not that good at all. But we're typically lethargic. We're typically lethargic after the bye. But now I think Ron is going to have these guys ready for Sunday. Because Ron knows they should have played better than what they did against the Giants. So this might be one of those statement type of games they're going to try to pull off on the road. Because Cam plays well on the road too. So I think this is going to be one of those statement type games where we might actually take these dudes to task. Eagles are going to win the East. The Eagles are going to win the East. Who are the Falcons playing on Sunday, man? You must be playing the Browns and have that type of confidence. And I think they could lose to them too, so. Yeah, this like the blowout I thought that was going to happen last week against the Giants, I think it's definitely going to happen this week. Like I think Jay Gruden might be on that hot seat action. So, oh yeah, it is right. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be the Bucks in Tampa. Losers last place in the division. But, you know, we should blow these dudes out the water. From a fantasy football perspective, from a daily perspective, I really like Capri Bibbs if Peterson and Chris Thompson doesn't play. I think this game as a whole is going to be very low scoring. We're going to find out whether or not the defenses are legit in this game. Like we should like the offense, the Redskins offense is ranked in the bottom 10 of the NFL. They're ranked, the bottom 5. They're 29th. Their scoring offense is 29th in the NFL. So now we're not too far behind them. I mean, we're 22nd. I mean, if we go by average per game, because, we both had a bye. If we go by average per game, the Redskins are 24th and the Panthers are 12th. So average per game, Redskins are 24, Panthers are 12. So you know what? I might have screwed up when I gave you guys those defensive numbers because I did points, but I should have did points per game because the Redskins and the Panthers are on a bye. So when you do points per game, the Redskins are 10th. The Redskins are 10th. The Panthers are 13th. So excuse me about those statistics. So scoring defense-wise, the Washington Redskins are 10th, and the Carolina Panthers are 13th. Overall, I think our offense is ranked. We'll do points per game. Our offense is ranked. Is that right? 12th. We're 12th. Offense is ranked 12th. Defense and the Washington's offense is ranked 24th. Well, 28-3, 31-16 Panthers, 28-17. At least 14. This game can't be close. This game can't be close. All right. Let's talk about the 3 keys to Caroline, man. This is what I got for the 3 keys to Caroline. The first key, don't be scared to throw it at Josh. I don't think Josh Norman is no longer He's not the elite cornerback. He's not worth the salary that the Redskins paid him. So don't be. I don't want Cam to be scared to throw it to Josh. I think you might want to abuse Josh. So don't be scared to throw it to Josh. That's my first key to Carolina. Second key to Carolina is something similar to last week. We need to get to Alex Smith. I need this line to step it up. We need to do better than what we are. So I want us to get to the line, get to Alex Smith. I want us to sack him a few times. All right? So we need to get to Alex Smith. Now he scrambles. He can sneak. He got a little bit of legs on him, man. He can scramble pretty well. But I think we should be able to get to Alex Smith a few times. Nah, I don't know if we can do that, man, because they have ran such a conservative offense with Alex Smith at the helm. They don't take too many shots downfield. They're straight dink and dunk for the most part, and I think that's where we flourish. You know? Yeah, it'll probably be Funches versus Jano. It'll definitely be Funches versus Jano. So it's, so I believe that. I think Funches should be able to win that battle. And that's the thing, man. Like, we couldn't get to Eli, and Eli's a freaking statue. And I know I'm asking too much, but we got to get. Look, man, I'm getting very nervous about this defensive line. I'm getting concerned. This is the thing that I should not have been concerned about, but I'm getting worried about the line. Very worried about the line because we haven't been able to get to the quarterback. Not since week 1. We have struggled to get to the quarterback. So I'm very concerned about the line. Now, the third and final key is more CMC. And I spelled more Moore, more CMC. I want those two folks to be a focal point of our offense this week. That's what y'all do, right, Falcons? Keep pounding L's, because that's what y'all doing. Y'all just keep taking these L's. If y'all go 1-5, if you come back after y'all are 1-5, you're not gonna hear the end of it from me. I promise you that. But I want more CMC. I want this to be Moore's homecoming. I want him to ball out. I know Rashad would be proud. I want him to ball out. I want Coach Rivera to utilize him in this game. I want him to take over. But more CMC. Now, that's all I have. I've had a couple, but I'll talk a little bit. I've had a couple ideas for I thought about doing like a fantasy Q&A Sunday morning, like around like 11:40 for like 20 minutes. I got to see if I can pull that off, though. I don't know if you guys would be interested or not, so I want to try to see what you guys think. Maybe I'll give it a try on Sunday and see how it goes. It's more of a Q&A type of thing to answer fantasy questions right after inactives happen, because inactives happen for the 1 o'clock games at 11:30. So, yeah, I'm debating it, man. Right now the left tackle is Chris Clark. But appreciate it, man. We don't typically ask for donations, but I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Shout out to Tab Black. So, but yeah, I'll probably give it a go. It'll be quick though, because like I do daily fantasy too. So I got typically around that time I'm trying to set my lineup. So I'll probably just pop on, do some Q&A for fantasy for 20 minutes, leave around 12, and then finish up my lineups and prep. But yeah, so to answer your question, Marcus, about DJ to be the focal point of the offense, I just think we need to play him more. I think we're more talent. I think he's more talented than some of the receivers that we're starting, and I think the speed is missed. Oh, the Panthers Redskins game is going to be on television again this week. You shouldn't have told me that, man. That's great, man. That's a great way to culminate my birthday weekend. That's for sure. Yeah, Rashad. You know what? If I'm gonna verify, but yeah, if it's true what Marcus is saying, I think me and Rashad might try to do a live stream, and this time I'll actually cut my camera on. But it's still, you just gonna see the side of my face because I don't have a way to watch it on my screen here. I'm gonna see if I can figure out a way though. I think I might have an idea, depending on if it's on Fox or CBS. I might be able to do it. But yeah, man, we might do another one. That was last week was crazy. That was freaking awesome. That was awesome. You know, I was so glad I at least had a minimum. I jumped in with just the audio. But yeah, it's good, man. There's more Panther games on television. Because the Patriots are playing Sunday night. That's why. And the Giants are playing now, so Washington's the next market. That's great. I guess there is a benefit of playing. There is a benefit of playing the NFC least. I get to see more Panthers games when the Patriots and the Giants are playing primetime. And Philly. All of them. They're all out the way. It's great. Appreciate it. Appreciate the birthday wishes. Yeah, I had some pretty good news. Last week I found out I got promoted at my gig, at my job. So yeah, I had some pretty good news. That they announced it. They announced it yesterday. So I had some pretty good news. It's been a pretty good week, to say the least. Nah, fam. Where am I located? I live in the Northeast. I live in East Providence, Rhode Island. But yeah, man. So it's so typically when it's time to watch games, there's a bar not too far from where I live, and I just go there. And so the only time I get Panthers games is if we're playing the Patriots, the Giants, the Redskins, and Philly. Or if it's the game of the week and the Patriots are playing on CBS and the Giants are on bye or something like that. Typically, like if it's some team in the Northeast playing, they're going to get played before Carolina. There actually are. And I haven't gotten to a bar. Like there's a Roar and Riot chapter in Boston, actually, called the Beantown Riot. I haven't gotten up there to go catch a game yet. And I'm definitely not going to do it this weekend because I'm going to Boston on Saturday to go see Hamilton. So I won't be able to do it this weekend. Yeah, so like week 1 was America's game of the week, and we're playing Dallas. So they were going to definitely show that because the Giants, Patriots, all those guys played in the early game, or they were playing in a later game. And then we had last week, we were playing the Giants, and the Patriots were on the other channel. Because the Patriots are AFC, so they play on CBS. But the Fox game was on the Fox game was Carolina and New York. So they showed that game. And this week, Giants are playing now. Eagles are playing now. Patriots got the late night game. So we're up. And it's a Fox game. Because sometimes if the game was on CBS, they'll show the Bills or the Jets before they'll show us. So, but there's a decent chunk of Panther fans up here. I mean, they meet up in Boston every week to go. They got a bar in Boston. They meet up to go and watch the games. So yeah. You know, so we got it rolling up here. But I need to get up there for at least one game so I can advertise the podcast up there. And it's just gotta fall. I gotta make sure my kids are straight, and then I'm gonna take the route up there. Yeah. Yeah, man, it sucks, doesn't it? Like that's torture. Like, you know, I respect the Patriots, you know, so if I can tolerate watching it. But yeah, Bills or Jets. I get the gauntlet, man. I gotta hope that all these New York teams, but luckily the Bills and Jets are on CBS, so they stay on CBS. There's occasional weeks where we get one game and that one game ends up being on CBS. It's depressing, especially if the Patriots ain't playing. It's very depressing. Yeah, Carolina's got it down. Like I think like the Panthers market is North Carolina, South Carolina, Southern Virginia. So I don't pay for Sunday Ticket anymore because I don't have DirecTV. You can do it online, but I'm not a believer in the way they do it online. The last time I paid for it, the online wasn't as good. And I got a bar not too far from me that shows all the games, and I'm a regular there. So when I show up, they put the Panthers game on the main TV. It's part of the reason why I probably haven't gone up to Boston yet. But then I have to go up there. I gotta find parking. I gotta pay to park. I don't take the sub. I don't want to take the subway there. So it's just I don't. It's inconvenient. But eventually I need to get up there and meet some Panther fans. Well, I remember it's interesting you say that about Cali. I remember one of the projects I used to be on a few years back, I used to have to go to San Diego on occasion. So when I would go out to San Diego, I would be lucky enough to sometimes I'm down there on a Sunday, so I'll go watch the games. The Chargers games used to be blacked out so much. So the only way you could watch the game was to go to a bar because it was blacked out. It was blacked out in the market. So you would have to go to a bar to watch the home game. So like I would go to the bar and it's full of Chargers fans. They showed the rest of the stuff, but a lot of the folks weren't willing to pay for the ticket prices to go to the game. So they would black out the game and then they end up going to the bar to watch. But yeah, and that's part of the reason why the San Diego Chargers moved to LA. Because they couldn't sell out. I think one of those LA teams are going to end up moving back to another town though, because I don't think they can sustain two NFL teams. It's already been proven that they can't. So, all right, let's see here. Well, back then they wouldn't black out it would black out home games if you're in the market, but if the home games blacked out because it didn't sell out, then they will show it. So and that was one of those situations with the Chargers back then. The home game was blacked out, so that at that point it'll be on the Sunday ticket. But blackouts are gone now, so you don't have that concern anymore. But yeah. Let's see here. Y'all got any more questions for me? I appreciate the congratulations too, man. Well, I think there might have been a situation where somebody got in trouble about that because, I mean, they're paying for the Sunday ticket. I mean, they got access to every single game anyway. You go black out the game on television, you might as well show it to them. Appreciate it, man. Shot will be back Monday. Yeah, the team's going to invest in the indoor facility. I think that's going to happen. And then it's bittersweet, right? Because the benefit of them being outside is that, you could potentially, get to say hi to them when they're going in and out and take pictures with them when they're going in and out. And, if they decide to do indoor facility, my concern is they might move training camp. I think they're going to move training camp anyway at some point, but, that'll give them more reason to do it. I think Torrey Smith will get a catch. But yeah, they're gonna change. Like I know we've already had a debates about the new stadium. If they keep that stadium in Charlotte, they're gonna revamp the entire situation. They're gonna have something like they do up here with Patriot Place. Set up where it's gonna be a big shopping center that revolves around this stadium. Yeah, Torrey Smith's gonna get a catch. He might get two. No, I don't think Luke's done. I just think, man, Luke's having a rough season. I don't think he's done. He hasn't had a concussion so far this year, which is good. Knock on wood, of course. So I don't think he's done. I mean, he's had it's down by Luke's standards, but overall, man, he's still having a decent year. And we're 4 games in, quarter of the season. He's already got an interception and a sack. So can't complain too much. But we'll see. We're gonna find out the theory. We're gonna know against Washington. I love Obata, man. I really do. I think they should give more snaps to Obata. I really do, man. And I love the story. I love the story of Obata. You know, I don't. Everybody says that, and it's interesting you say that because I have never checked like how the revenue streams are going with Carowinds nowadays. But I would wonder, would it be a situation? Is it possible that if Carowinds isn't making as much money as they used to make, and I'm pretty sure they're probably still making a killing. But if let's say they weren't, maybe Tepper buys out the entire area, revamp Carowinds, put some shopping stuff over there, put some more hotels over there, and set up shop and have like situations on both sides of the border. I know you guys want it in Charlotte. We've already gone through this. No way we can. Nah, we have to give up more than that if you want to get edge rushers, man. Edge rushers are hard to come by. And this season, what we've been seeing overall in the NFL is that edge rushers, like elite edge rushers, are arguably the second most important position behind quarterback. When you look at what Khalil Mack is doing in Chicago. Like, and it's funny because nobody knew how great Khalil Mack was because he played in Oakland, and Oakland wasn't that good. And then he goes to Chicago in a major market, and all of a sudden, everybody knows who they are. I think Addison's doing good. I mean, you know, you win, you lose some. Some of the greatest players in the NFL went undrafted or drafted super late in the draft. I'm not ready to say that yet, but Pep is my patience is starting to get. Y'all already know how I feel about Pep. I think Pep should step it up. I think he stepped it up last week, but I think he can do more. Yeah, man, that Giants game bothered me a lot. I felt like we should have freaking destroyed those guys because I think we're a much better team than them. I just, sometimes we played out to our competition. Sometimes we are lethargic when we come back from a bye. But I thought we should have blew those dudes out the water. It's more than just getting a sack, though. It's also about being disruptive. And I don't think our defensive line's been disruptive as a whole. That's true. If you got the NFL Sunday ticket, you can watch every game you want live except for the home games, except for the games in your local area that you can watch on television. Yeah, Sunday ticket is great, but it's expensive. Yeah, man, I was so bothered by the fact that Eli had so much time, and you're seeing like I don't know I'm about to go check the score of this Eagles Giants game, but I'm pretty sure the Eagles are still destroying them dudes. Ooh, 21-6. All right, who scored the touchdowns? That's what I want to know. Scoring drives. Zach Ertz, Corey Kmet, Carson Wentz, and Rosas has kicked 2 field goals. Maybe I should have played Rosas. Man, it's getting ugly over there, though. Giants ain't looking too hot, man. This might get ugly real quick. This could get ugly. I think I'm going to call it a night. No, Philly's not about to score again. There's 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Yeah, this game might be over, man. All right, man. I appreciate you guys chilling with me for this episode. We went through everybody. My prediction is going to be, I'll say 27-17 Redskins. No, Panthers, Redskins. No, 27-17 Carolina. All right. Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast hosted by Rashad and David. Please subscribe to us on YouTube at Panther Nation Podcast. You can follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC. We're on Facebook at Panther Nation Podcast. While you're at it, you can follow me on Twitter at ChampD1012. And we're on Twitch. We're not on Twitch this week, but we're also on Apple Podcasts. So feel free to watch the podcast there. Give us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. And keep pounding, guys. Just always remember and keep pounding. Appreciate you guys chilling with us. I'll see you guys on Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, like we do every Monday. We're debating, and I'm gonna try the 20-minute Q&A fantasy on Sunday. So 11:40 a.m. I'm gonna come on for 20 minutes. All right, y'all be easy. I'll see y'all on Sunday, and the show will be back on Monday. I'm gonna go live Sunday, at 11:40, right after inactives for the 1 o'clock games are announced. All right, have a good one, guys.